Welcome in, everyone, to another edition of the Columbus Lions Coaches Show, live from Poor Decisions. It's 50 Cent Wing Night here tonight, as it is every Wednesday night when we do the Columbus Lions Coaches Show. And another week, the Lions take down an opponent from the AAL. And that this week was Jersey Bearcats, 78-26, absolute obliteration, dominant from start to finish. Great win, first road victory of the season, first road game of the year, and you win by 50 points. Great job by Coach Damian Daniels and staff. We talked to them last week. It was business-like trip. The guys went in, took care of business, and they're going to come right back home this Sunday. They're going to have Faith and Family Day. Leandria Johnson will be singing churches. The most who brings the most from a congregation can win up to $1,000. It is going to be a ton of fun this Sunday, and also the Lions will be taking on Peach Cats. So we'll be talking with them and Coach Damian Daniels here. We got Dave Plata. He'll be talking with Blaine Espinoza and a few of the other players. Don't go anywhere. We're live from Poor Decisions. It's the Columbus Lions Coaches Show.
Hello, everybody. This is DJ Jones with the Sports Visions Morning Show for the best in local, regional, and national sports news. Weekdays from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m.
You can find the Sports Visions Morning Show on Facebook, YouTube. Also, you can listen to us on Apple and Spotify by typing in the Sports Visions Morning Show, and download the Sports Visions radio app right now in your app store today.
Sports Vision 92.1. We are your hometown sports guys.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Columbus Lions Coach Show here from Poor Decisions, and I'm with the man himself. They're 4-0, baby, and they just keep winning. Going on the road, Coach Damian Daniels. Coach, thank you so much for being here. As always, how was that business-like trip? We talked last week.
Right.
The guys were focused. You were trying to handle business, and y'all won by 50 points. What did you learn about your team on the road?
I mean, it was a big win for us, man. And, you know, I don't particularly like road games, but I think it was great for us. It's a great thing for the team. Because, you know, on the road, you're all you got.
Right.
You know, so we do everything together. We go everywhere together. So it just kind of builds that tightness of the unit that we need. So I think it definitely helped us out.
Do you think the camaraderie after getting the big win, we talked about this afterwards, guys were able to go to the mall, hang out,
Right.
enjoy Jersey. Do you think that helped the team as y'all are growing with chemistry and stuff
Oh, yeah,
like that, man?
without a doubt, man. It was good. Like I say, we got to stay over a little bit later. Our flight wasn't until 9 o'clock that next day.
Nice.
So we got to hang out, man, all day and enjoy the win. So it was good for us.
What'd you learn about your offense, scoring 78 points? Blaine was great. You feel like they were efficient and they got better from that previous week, man?
Yeah, I told the guys, man, that's probably the best game that we played so far. But we're definitely explosive. And the thing that I like the most, those guys were still hungry for more. You know, they were trying to score 100. So to be up that big and to still have that hunger in that fight, that's the thing I loved about it the most.
Defensively, do you feel like y'all cleaned up some of the stuff you didn't like from the previous home win?
You know, still got a few things that we need to clean up. But overall, like I told the team, I think that was the best team win that we've had so far. So hopefully we can just build off of that and keep going, man.
We're almost halfway through the season, man. We got Peach Cats coming up, another road game, and then 2 more home games. And we're going to be in the playoffs. How do you feel about your team 4 games into it already, man?
I think we're starting to hit our stride, and we got another good game this week, but I really feel like this bye week is really coming at the perfect time.
No doubt, man.
For us to get a little rest and get some injuries, overcome some injuries, and get ready for that final stretch.
We got 3 players with us. Obviously, Blaine Espinoza. Talk about the other 2 guys you brought with us here today.
Yeah, we got Jacob Smith, man, the burner that I always talk about. He had 5 touchdowns last week.
Oh, smokes.
And Kenyatta Richardson, man, he's been playing jack for us. He's been lights out. Got his 2nd interception on a big 4th down play last week.
Nice.
So he's been playing his butt off.
Faith and Family Day on Sunday.
Indeed.
We calling out every single church. It don't matter
man.
from what congregation,
It doesn't
denomination. We don't care. We want you there. How
Yeah.
excited are you about this Sunday at Leandra Johnson?
Man, I think it's going to be a great showing. I mean, you get to go to church and go and invite everybody from your church to come to the game,
Right.
and enjoy this Sunday game with us, man.
Man, it's going to be at 4 o'clock. Coach
Right.
Damian Daniels. Coach, thank you so
Indeed.
much. Good
Yes,
luck
sir.
the rest of the way. We'll take a break. We got Dave Plata joining us, and he'll be talking to some of those players right here on the Columbus Lions Coach Show.
And we're back at Poor Decisions. Dave Plata here on the Columbus Lions Coaches Show. What a week the Lions had last week, their first road contest, heading all the way up to Jersey and coming in with a huge win, 78-26 over the Jersey Bearcats. We're joined now by quarterback Blaine Espinoza. Blaine, you had yourself a day.
That's
no
right.
question about it.
That's right. It was a good one. That's a big win for us. Our first road game. Going up there and having a big statement win like that's big for sends a message not only for our team but sends a whole message to the league too.
Well, a message you sent. 13 of 18, 215 yards, 8 touchdown passes, 8 TDs. When did you know that you guys had the thing lined up?
It's one of those things where you just kind of get in a groove. You're not really thinking about it. It's just such a weird thing. The offensive line they do such a phenomenal job. It's like no one's even out there. And when you have those guys up there doing that, and you've got the receivers that we have, that makes my job a lot easier. It's just a pitch and catch with all those guys around me like that.
Now, this is your second year playing indoor ball.
Yes,
How
sir.
have you settled in personally on on dealing with the differences between the outdoor game and the indoor game.
Yeah, that's kind of what I talk about with some of the rookies too. It's only my second year, so I'm still trying to figure some stuff out too. And thankfully I have some mentors that have been able to help me. With last year, even last year I played indoor football. It's a little different than what arena is, but still trying to get figured out with the timing and stuff like that. But it's coming along. From what I've been told, your second year is about when you start figuring it out.
What's been the part that you've enjoyed the most about playing the indoor game?
Oh man, just the scoring. There is such high scoring. Sometimes you get outdoor football. You get a couple quarters where you maybe score 5-6 points. You're not really scoring much, and so just the high intensity. Always the ball's always flying through the air. It's just electric.
What's the difference in approach as a quarterback?
Yeah, this game you got to be very accurate, and your timing has to. I mean, don't get me wrong, you got to be accurate and you got to have good timing in the outdoor. But if you're late even by a millisecond, it's a pick six the other way.
Now, you've got some guys to throw to, too.
Oh,
the
yeah.
receiving core. Talk about your receiving core.
Yeah, those dudes are there's something really special. Jacob Smith, Jesse, we've got Stretch, we've got Langford that played a little bit last week. We've got Drummond Fortson, he's a really good player. We've just got so many weapons, even throwing the ball to Marco Lee, too. There's just so many guys we can get the ball and they can move around and score. It's going to be an issue for teams to guard.
All right, coming up this week, Peace State Cats.
Yep.
How do you approach this one?
Yeah, we got to take the same approach we've been doing every week. We're not going to take our foot off the gas. We got to score as many points. We got to score every possession. If we score every possession, doesn't matter what the other team does. We're going to come out on top of the game, and so that's our mindset every week: is score every possession and get after it.
Has this thing clicked the way you thought it would?
Yeah, it definitely has. We've gotten better each week. The first game, playing Tri-City, we're still trying to learn everything, trying to get the timing down. And, then we had Wheeling and then, Mississippi. And so we've been going up. We just scored 78 points. That's a pretty good night in the office. So I've been glad about that.
A pretty good night.
Yeah,
Well,
right.
that tells you where this team's head's at.
That's right.
Because you guys are averaging, close to 70 points
Close
a game,
to
I
it.
think.
Close to it.
So y'all basically have the big X on you now. You're the team that everybody's looking at.
That's
you like
right.
that?
That's right. Yeah, we want that. We want to be everyone's Super Bowl. We want to be the team everybody looks at like, hey, that's the standard. We want to be like the Columbus Lions. That's what we're going for.
All right, Blaine Espinosa, thank you very much. Quarterback for the Lions. When we come back, take another look at another guy from the offense, Jacob Smith. We're here at Poor Decisions for the Lions Coaches Show. Back here at the Lions Coaches Show, Dave Plata. If you make a good decision, come out to Poor Decisions. Remember, it's 50-cent wing night, and it's also a chance to talk to the Columbus Lions here. Joining us, Jacob Smith, wide receiver.
Yes, sir.
I guess you would qualify as a rookie since it's your
Yes,
first
sir.
year getting in ball games.
Right.
But you've gone out and you have made a statement from Jump Street here.
Man, I appreciate you.
So talk to me about the transition of playing indoor football.
The transition, it was really kind of hard because I started out always as a track runner. And, so I'm just used to going full speed all the time. And then when I transitioned to football, being outside, I kind of had to slow down. So, just navigating how to slow down on a regular football field and then even coming to an arena and just learning how to slow down because, the dimensions of the field are not the same. So, really learning how to slow down and just make myself a better player by controlling my speed. That's been, one of the biggest things that, the coaches, I'm blessed with coaches and just different people that have helped me in the aspect of my life of just being able to transition and going to Indy.
Well, you've done. First of all, the thought that's watching you and that's slowing down.
Yes, sir.
Man, I mean, as a sprinter, okay, sprinter at University of Kentucky,
Yes, sir.
big time SEC.
Yes, sir.
How does that work with the indoor football game? Because there's been a lot of sprinters. They're going to have great football careers like Nehemiah,
Oh, yeah.
Bob Hayes.
Most
So is that well? Let me put it to you this way: who's the guy you look at as this is the guy to follow? This is the way I pattern myself.
I like Bob Hayes, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Bob Hayes most definitely, but also just like a lot of my buddies that went to Kentucky with me. We have one boy named Jordan Anthony. He's my boy. He's doing really big things now in the sprint world, but like just buddies that came in with me that ran track and played football, seeing that other athletes that are my age and stuff like that could do it, that's something that really inspired me. So whenever I hung up the spikes, I traded them for some cleats, and it was a blessing, man. It's been a blessing in the journey.
Well, football is a precision game, but
Oh, yeah.
but sprinting is precision too.
Oh, yes,
it's
sir.
all that. It's just kind of. I guess it all kind of just plays in together, doesn't
It
it?
does. It most definitely does.
What's been the most enjoyable part of this for you?
The most enjoyable part is just being able to be around the coaches, being in a different environment because track is so individual. Like, yeah, you have a team aspect, but just being around the guys, being around the coaches, the fans, the community in Columbus, the arena, all that is just makes everything all inspiring and it just makes it the whole entire package of what the sport of football is. That's why I love it. I grew up loving football. My dad played football, so it's just like we're a football family. So all the bells and whistles of just bringing people together and just one team, one goal, I really love. That's the thing that I thank God for the most about football.
Now, the season you've had as a wide receiver has been not impressive, to say the least. Okay, 13 catches, 151 yards, and 8 touchdowns in 4 games. As the way you performed and the way you burst out, was that what you expected from yourself?
For myself, I set really high expectations, but also I didn't want to put too many expectations on the season because I didn't want that weight on my shoulders. I just wanted to enjoy it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So seeing the numbers, it's a beautiful thing. I thank God first and foremost. I think our coaches, Blaine and Mike, that can get me the ball, because people forget about that kind of aspect of the sport, but just having that, that really just helps take the weight off me and helps me to be able to perform.
And not to mention, five touchdown catches last week against the Bearcats.
Yes, sir.
Of course, the kickoff returns is really where you've opened people's eyes
Yes, sir.
with the kickoff return in the opener,
Yes, sir.
where nobody even touched you. You just kind of you scooted right through everything,
Yes,
and
sir.
everybody was going, "Did I just see that?"
Yes, sir. And that's the crazy thing. That's my favorite probably play of the year just because I haven't done much kickoff in my career and I didn't really know what to expect. But, I just said my prayers before and I was like, God, just help me out. And when I caught it, I just went full speed. So that's something that just built my confidence. And I feel like that's something that's helping me transition to the rest of the season.
Well, they didn't know what to expect either, obviously, from the way you blasted past them. All right, now we're getting into Game 5
sir.
to Peach State Cats.
Yes, sir.
Your mental state right now, how you're approaching the game. What are you thinking?
I'm just thinking about dominating, you know what I mean? I'm just thinking about going out there, not only playing for the coaches and the teams, but the fans that show up. You know what I mean? And also my family, they'll be in the crowd, but just taking it week after week. Our coaches always say we're 1-0, so it's like, we're going into the mentality. We never overlook our opponent, but just always coming out to dominate. And just for me, everything's fast, 100% full speed. So.
All right, Jacob Smith, thank you very
Yes, sir.
much.
I appreciate
Rookie
it.
wide receiver, kick
Yes, sir.
returner. He has been amazing. The Lions have been amazing. We've been talking offense. We got more for you here on the Lions Coaches Show. We're going to talk a little bit of defense here at Poor Decisions when we come back.
Appreciate it.
Columbus Lions Coaches Show. We're kind of winging it here, but, well, this is Poor Decisions 50-cent wing night here on this Wednesday. A great night to come on out, enjoy a little bit of food, and talk a little bit of football. The Columbus Lions defense has been amazing all season long. They jumped out to this 4-0 record. Joining Kenyatta Richardson, linebacker. Kenyatta, how about the way the defense has played since you guys, since the season started?
I mean, we're just going out there, trusting the game plan that the coaches give us, going out there playing with confidence, doing what we got to do.
What's been the biggest key for you guys in the fact that everything has just kind of gone your way and you've come up with the big plays when you've had to?
Not getting complacent, doing what we got to do, not getting complacent, going out there, playing with a lot of confidence. You see how the D-line playing, and that leads to the back end.
Yeah. The D-line has just been dominant. They've gone there and they've given the quarterbacks and when they tried to run a game, no room to work. But when they have a little bit of room to work, there you are. You guys come, and the secondary and the linebackers jumping, stepping up, and shutting down those passes.
So I'm just trusting the coaches, trusting the guys playing. The coaches put us in the perfect position, so when he called the play, I just be where I need to be.
Now you've had a pretty good outing so far. 4 games, a pair of interceptions, including a pick 6. What's been the secret as far as all the picks you guys have had?
For me, myself?
For you. Yeah, for you yourself first.
Off season, just putting in a lot of work. My trainer back at home, TDG Skills, we train every day. He keeps me in the right spot, so just,
yeah. Talk about the pick 6 you had. That was against Wheeling, wasn't it?
Yes, sir.
That was huge too. Talk about that pick 6.
We was in 10, got to my drop, picked the ball, and went for the touchdown.
What's the secret to jumping her out like that?
I can't give you that. I can't give you that.
Oh.
I can't give you that sauce.
You won't tell anybody,
I can't
okay?
give you that sauce.
Just keep doing it. How's that?
Yes, sir, for sure.
What about the defense as a whole? How there's a lot of new guys and there's a lot of veterans and some new guys here. Everybody blended together. What made it all work so well?
I feel like all the rookies, we just trust the vets. We listen to the vets. Specifically for me, Marte Sears.
Yeah.
I came in and just listened to him, and he just told me all the tricks and the keys, and I've been doing it ever since then.
What will be the key? What's been the first 4 games where you guys have just completely dominated? The most impressive, you had a good game. The most impressive ones against Wheeling because you guys had to step up time after time after time in the fourth quarter, denying the Miners those plays. What's the mindset you have to go into when it's all on the line like that?
Knowing that we're the best and not getting complacent. Going out there playing with confidence, knowing that we are the best team in this league.
Well, you got a pretty good DC. I mean, a defensive coordinator, this guy's put his name in the record books. Nighthawk is running the defense. What is it like playing for a guy like Damian Daniels?
I didn't know him before I got here, but when I got here, I've been hearing about him all over the city. We just been teaching him to go out there, play with swagger, and trust him, and everything is going to happen the right way.
Well, that's kind of the way he played back in the day. And, I mean, there's the championship, there's enough championship banners and championship trophies hanging around in the coach, in the trophy case there. So what do you do to keep this thing going?
We continue to trust our coaching staff, go out there 1-0 every week until we get the ring around our fingers.
There you go. 1 game at a time? All right, Peach State, what's up for next for you guys?
We're going to go out there and whoop them. That's all I got for you.
That's the way you have to look at it. All right, thank you, Kenyatta Richardson, Lions linebacker, here on the Columbus Lions Coaches Show. Stick around. We've got more coming up.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Columbus Lion Coaches Show. 50-cent wing night here at Poor Decisions. Everybody's grubbing right now. It's a fun time. They had a watch party this past Saturday. The place was packed watching the Lions dominate Jersey 78-26. Thank you to Dave. Thank you to Jacob Smith. Thank you to linebacker Kenyatta Richardson, and also quarterback Blaine Espinoza. Thank you also to Damian Daniels. And don't forget, it's Faith and Family Night at the Columbus Lions game on Sunday, 4 p.m. Civic Center. Peach State Cats, that's the opponent. But what really matters is who's a halftime performer. Leandria Johnson will be there, and it will be a ton of fun. The church that brings the most people from their congregation can win up to $1,000. Come and watch Faith and Family Day, Columbus Lions, 4 p.m. this Sunday. Thank y'all so much for watching. We'll see you next time from Poor Decisions on the Columbus Lions Coaches Show.